What's up, you guys? It's me, Jessica Grace, and I am here back with you once again. Listen, I told y'all I'd probably be coming back because we had a wonderful show, a Back to the Basics show with Pastor Kimberly Crockett, and we were talking about faith, family, and finance. So please, please, please go back and watch the replay. I think I have a photo here of the flyer, so make sure you go and check out the replay. It was amazing. We talked about what it really looks like to handle your relationships with your family. We talked about having, strong relationships and maintaining those relationships, as well as, increasing your faith and what it means to really go after what God has said, even during a crisis. And then she gave some powerful, powerful tips on managing your finances. So you've got to watch the replay. It's on my Facebook page. It's also on my, Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. You can check out the replay there. But go ahead and take a moment now to share this, because I want to encourage you tonight and let you know that God is reconciling some things on your behalf. Woo! Yes. I was in my personal prayer time the other day, and this word reconciliation just came to me, and I texted one of my friends. I was like, oh my God, this is happening right now. Things are happening for us. Things are being reconciled. And that just came in my spirit. It came into my heart. And I wanted to come on social media to tell you guys to be encouraged. There has been so much happening, and so many times during crisis, during hardship, we feel like we're not quite sure if, the things that God has told us is going to happen. And sometimes during crisis, we don't expect for things to get better. We don't expect for things to work out on our behalf. We don't expect for God to bless us in the middle of disaster. It's common for us as humans to feel like, okay, I'm in a disaster, I'm in a crisis. That's going to be my story. I'm just going to be here. But no, God is able to bring blessings out of disaster, out of hard times. And so I wanted to share this word with you, reconciliation, because I really feel like this is the time, this is the opportunity for so many things to be reconciled on our account. On our account, yes, but in our lives. So post in the comments real quick if you guys can hear me okay, because I am not sure. I had some problems with my audio earlier. So I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to do a quick test myself just to make sure. So put it in the comments before I dig a little deeper in this topic. Let's see here. Can y'all hear me? Testing, 1, 2. It's going well. Okay, great. All right, so we are good on the audio. So I want you to be encouraged, and I want you to know that although we are in some times of uncertainty, a lot of us are going back to work. We're going back to our regular routines. Even in the midst of that, some of us may have had some relational issues, being stuck in the house with people that you don't normally spend that much time with in the house. Sometimes it's not that easy. And so you have fallouts, you have issues, you have challenges. Thank you so much. You have challenges, you have run-ins, as we say. And it's easy for us to become discouraged and to feel like, oh my goodness, am I going to be able to survive? But let me just share with you my story, that a testimony that I encountered a few days ago, actually a couple of weeks ago. I was at a women's group type fellowship meeting, Bible study, and there was a Caucasian lady there, and this was right after the situation with George Floyd. And there was a Caucasian lady there. I was actually in a room full of Caucasians and other races, and all Caucasians at that time, I'm sorry. But I was there, and this situation occurred where we were just worshiping and praying and praising God. And all of a sudden, she just felt led to tell me that she just felt led to apologize to me for all of the racism that occurred from her ancestors and from her bloodline, from her race. And she was apologizing to me on behalf of her race. Now, she and I had never had any problems. She and I had never had any run-ins. So it was kind of, like, oh my gosh, I felt it in my heart. And she had tears streaming down her eyes. And here I am bawling in tears. And in that moment, it was about her apologizing on behalf of her race and me receiving on behalf of my race. And we had the best moment in the presence of the Lord that you could imagine. It was absolutely powerful. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And so I want you all to know that reconciliation is still happening. Reconciliation is happening now, even in times of crisis, even in times of chaos, and where it feels like there's so much animosity and so much anger and so many different moods and emotions. God is still breaking things for us. He's still moving for us. He's still fixing things for us. And so I want you to be encouraged. Racial reconciliation is happening. I don't know about you, but I have a ton of friends of other races. And I know some of my friends who I've talked to who have, many different races as, friends with many different races. And with that being said, you have those conversations of, man, can you just think about, what my forefathers did and how they felt and how this is affecting me? With what has occurred, I have had so many mixed emotions, to be honest, because my grandfather was a civil rights activist. And for many of you who follow me, you are aware that, my grandfather was Reverend Jesse White, and he was an activist in the city of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and he did a lot of great work nationwide, probably worldwide. But I loved my grandfather just for who he was to me, and in my heart, a great example of leadership. But his legacy started weighing on me when all of this broke out, and I had people in my ear saying, what are you going to do? What are you going to say? How are you going to stand up? And I'm like, whoa. I said, well, first of all, all of this, this is a lot. Hold on a minute. Let me process what's happening, because feeling really bad and heavy and grieved for the injustices that occurred, but then at the same time thinking about my friends who are very sweet and they're of other races, and they should not have to pay for the sins of their forefathers, just like I should not have to pay for the sins of my forefathers. You understand what I'm saying? So what I am trying to say tonight is that there is a spirit of reconciliation happening. And if we are so focused on the bad, if we are so focused on holding hatred in our heart and anger in our heart, even when it comes to family, I want you to know that even when it comes to people in your life that you haven't spoken to in years, this is the perfect time to pick up the phone and call them and make things right. That's what the word reconciliation means. To be reconciled is to be fixed. For me in business, reconciling accounts is all about making it right, putting things right, fixing things and putting them in the right order, positioning them in the right account. So when it comes to reconciling differences and reconciling issues in our lives, it is important in order for us to be able to function properly. So I want to challenge you. If you have people in your lives right now, in your life right now, and they are, you have had some issues with them, you have had some run-ins, some challenges, just some misunderstandings, it's time to address that elephant in the room and to do it in love. Don't worry about, hurting somebody's feelings or feeling like, hey, I've got to get this off my chest. I've got to talk about this. It's not so that our relationship can end, but it's so that these issues that we're having and so that this breach in our relationship can be fixed. We want to reconcile. We want to come together, and we want to be able to work together in harmony, in unity. So I want you to know that reconciliation can be your portion. Reconciliation can be your story. It can be where you are in every area of your life. Let go of hatred. Let go of unforgiveness. Let go of anger, and receive the reconciliation that I know God would have for you. Receive the ability and the whole notion of moving forward and moving forward in love. Don't hold on to fear. Oh, I'm going to love and I'm going to release and I'm going to let people, in a little bit, but I'm not giving them a whole, you give people an inch, they take a mile. So I'm not giving them too much space. I'm just going to give them a little space. No. Give people the room that you would desire to have. If you wanted a second chance, if you wanted to make things right with someone, then you want to give them that same amount of love and respect, right? So I just wanted to come on here real quick and encourage you guys. Listen, I am so excited about this season we're in. Things are happening for us. Things are being fixed for us. No matter how bad it looks, no matter what people say, no matter what the media, the news says, some of it's true. I believe some of it isn't true. But at the end of the day, God is for us. And I wish I had this song to play that I have been listening to since last night. Oh my goodness, The Blessing. I'm so excited. Linda, you missed it last night. We listened to The Blessing by Carrie Job, and I think it was Elevation Church. It was so powerful. You guys check it out on YouTube. But anyway, I want you to know that God is for you, and He's cooking up something good during this tragedy, during these situations. God is doing something. He is reconciling things on your behalf. Be open to it. Go with it. Whatever He's telling you to do it. Don't be fearful. Don't back up. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But don't be fearful. Don't back up from what God is doing. Don't second guess what God is doing. Don't feel like, oh, God can't fix this. God can't fix that mistake I made. God can't, He can't mend my heart there. He can't mend that person's heart. He can't touch that person on my behalf. Yes, He can. The Bible says that the king's heart is turned. He can turn it whatsoever way He pleases. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and He can turn it whatsoever way He pleases. That's what the Word of God says. So don't be fearful of a person rejecting the love that you are trying to extend. You just keep praying into that. You just keep trusting God. You just keep applying yourself and doing whatever it is that you can do to make things right in every area of your life, your finances, your physical health, your relationships, your family, your marriage, every area of your life. Trust God to bring things together on your behalf. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick motivational, inspirational moment. Listen, I had a wonderful time with you tonight on both segments. First, talking about faith, family, and finance with Pastor Kim. It was absolutely amazing. Make sure you go and check it out on my Facebook page. Go check it out on Periscope. Check it out on YouTube. We had a fantastic time. She gave us some great nuggets for faith, for family, for financial management. It was powerful. I want you all to be blessed, to be encouraged. Listen, racial reconciliation is happening. Be open to it. Do your part to take a stand, to voice your concerns, and to share ways that we can improve what is happening. But don't forget to pray. Don't forget to fast. And don't forget to open up your heart to receive the change that's happening. Y'all take care. I love you all so much. And don't forget to partner with me. Just send me an inbox and I'll let you know how. Take care.